Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2017 MAAC Baseball Championship Award Show. My name is Deidre Palmer, and I am the Assistant Commissioner for Championships at the MAAC. Before we begin our baseball award show, I'd also like to welcome viewers watching live on MAAC.tv. I'd like to congratulate all 6 teams on qualifying for this year's championship and add that we're looking forward to an exciting week of baseball. At this time, I'd like to ask Simon Gray, Director of Athletics at Niagara University and our host for tonight's award show, to speak for a moment or two.
Thank you, Deidre. On behalf of Niagara University and Canisius College, I want to welcome you to Western New York and congratulate all the teams on earning a berth in the MAAC tournament this year. I know that or I hope anyway, that you're done with school for this semester, but you know, of all the sports that are out there, one cherishes its history a little bit more than the others, and that's baseball. So we're going to go through a quick history lesson tonight. I want to introduce you to 3 people from the region who have a lot to do with baseball, and we're very proud of. 6 major leaguers have been born in Niagara Falls, New York. One of those is Sal Magley, and you'll recognize the name. You'll be playing in Sal Magley Park this weekend. Anyone know what Sal Magley's nickname is? The Barber. Sal the Barber Magley. He pitched inside a lot, brushed people off the plate. He was famous for it. Did play with 5 teams in his major league career, and then ended up being the pitching coach with the Red Sox and the Seattle team. Little trivia out there, if you remember the 1956 World Series, Don Larson threw a perfect game for the New York Yankees. Sal Magley's the guy that pitched for the Brooklyn Dodgers opposite him in that game, so you can win some trivia contests later on down the road. 2 other people that have Niagara University connections I want to introduce you to very briefly. One is Joe McCarthy. Everybody know Joe McCarthy? Skipper of the New York Yankees back when they were the Bronx Bombers. Started off his college career being an infielder for Niagara University in 1905. Played 2 years here and then went on to a professional career. 7-time world champion, all-time best winning percentage of a manager in the history of Major League Baseball. Joe McCarthy got to start right here. So Joe has 10 commandments of baseball. I thought you guys might be interested in these because although he's been playing a whole long time ago and managing a long time ago, these things, as baseball tends to do, are eternal. So here's the 10 commandments, Joe McCarthy, for success in the majors. Nobody ever became a ball player by walking after a ball. You heard that from your coaches? You will never become a 300 hitter unless you take the bat off your shoulder. An outfielder who throws in back of a runner is locking the barn after the horse is stolen. Pretty interesting. Keep your head up, and you may not have to keep it down. When you start to slide, slide. He who changes his mind may have to change a good leg for a bad one. Do not alibi on bad hops. Anyone can field the good ones. Always run them out. You never can tell. Do not quit. This is a great one, maybe for the coaches. Try not to find too much fault with the umpires. You cannot expect them to be as perfect as you are. And a pitcher who hasn't control hasn't anything. So the 10 commandments from Joe McCarthy. Finally, some of you may have practiced there today, others of you may practice there this weekend, but our baseball field here at Niagara University is named John Bobo Field, and it's going to undergo a construction project this summer. We're going to fully turf the field, have new dugouts, so it's going to be a great new home for Niagara baseball. But it's named after John Bobo, who was a 2nd lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps, and he was killed in Vietnam in 1967, 2 years after graduating from Niagara University. And for his heroism in battle, he was awarded the United States Medal of Honor. So we're incredibly proud of John Bobo being a Niagara graduate, and we're incredibly proud of the baseball tradition of Western New York. Guys, have a great weekend.
Thank you, Simon. Next, I'd like to ask John Maddock, Associate Athletic Director at Canisius College and Chair of the MAAC Baseball Committee, to say a few words.
Well, thanks, Simon. I had history, gone. Congratulate everybody, gone. So we'll make this one real short. There is another Niagara Falls native who made the major leagues, Rick Manning. played with the Cleveland Indians. He's currently a broadcaster with the Indians crew right now. So there's another one. And he's not from Niagara Falls, but the greatest left-handed pitcher ever is from Buffalo, Warren Spahn. So there's a little bit more. And I think what we are trying to bring out that people in Western New York really love the sport of baseball. They support it, they enjoy it, and they produce great ball players. So we're looking for great support from the city of Niagara Falls this weekend and the Western New York region. I also want to point out the members of our baseball committee who have spent a lot of time on the phone over the last 3 months, 4 months, getting ready for this championship. Mike Demos from Siena. Mike, want to take a bow? And Jeff Stapleton from Monmouth. And certainly a big round of congratulations to Deidre Palmer for her patience in putting up with all of us as we try and move forward with this championship. Want to thank the staffs at both Niagara and Canisius. A lot of behind-the-scenes work going on from tonight's banquet and award show through getting the games telecast this week. I think there's 6 or 7 games that are going to be telecast on MAAC TV, to all the other things that go on behind the championship. And finally, to Neil Turvey. Neil and his staff at Sal Magley has had to deal with a record amount of rain this spring, and he's had a lot of challenges with that, but the field is in championship shape, and we're looking forward to a great weekend. If this weekend is anything like the regular season, where we had 10 teams fighting for 6 spots going into the last weekend, we expect a great championship. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to our award winners tonight, and best of luck.
Thank you, John. Finally, I would like to introduce Todd Callan, who will conduct tonight's interviews. In a few moments, we will hear from each of the coaches participating in this year's championship and also hear from major award winners announced later in the program. For our first interview, in his 13th season with Ryder, he led the Bronx to an overall record of 23-26-1, including a 12-12 mark in conference play to garner the 6th seed in the MAAC championship. From Rider University, please welcome Coach Barry Davis.
I hope so. All right. All right, Coach, welcome. And Coach, I do want to start talking about one of your pitchers. You had another strong year from Nick Margafichis, 6-3, 2.56 earned run average. He logged 2 complete games for you, and his strikeouts to walk ratio is better than 3-1. Those are great numbers to be sure, but from your perspective, what makes him so good?
Well, he's got great poise on the mound, great work ethic, when he's not pitching. He knows his strengths and he understands his weaknesses. He's worked real hard to put himself in the position that he's been. He's been very consistent. I would just say his poise. His poise has been one of his strengths. So we kind of lean on that when things don't go quite our way. He kind of holds it together.
Next thing for you, Coach, I wanted to ask a little bit about Tyler Kaiser. Leads your club in HRs, RBIs, slugging percentage, but he also made the shift to left field this season, and he has led your club in outfield assists with 7. Talk about the impact that he has made on your team.
He's made a great impact. I mean, for somebody to basically change positions his senior year is pretty, it's pretty impressive. Offensively, he's improved each year. I mean, here's a guy who only had 17 hits in his first 2 years as a player, and he's had over 100 since then. So he's worked real hard in everything that he's gotten. He's deserved, and he's earned it.
Coach, last thing for you before we let you go, it is more from a personal perspective, of course, winning your 900th game as a head coach during this season. Think about that for a minute, 900 career wins. What does that mean to you?
It means I've done it for a long time. It means that I've had great players. It means I've had great support. There's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, this is what I always wanted to do. I got a good start at a young age, and I've had some good players and some good teams, and that pretty much contributes to it.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Reiner, Barry Davis.
Next, in his 6th season at the helm of the Jaspers, Coach Duffy steered the team to an 18-33 overall record, including a 12-12 mark in league play to secure the 5th seed in the MAAC championship. Please welcome Coach Jim Duffy at Manhattan College.
Welcome, Coach. Coach, I want to start with Tom Cosgrove. If you can talk a little bit about the player that might be the league's hottest pitcher over the last couple of weeks. He secured back-to-back MAAC Pitcher of the Week honors. He led the league in strikeouts with 99. Talk about Tom a little bit and how impressed you've been with his season.
Well, he's an extremely competitive young man, and he's been like that from the day I met him in high school, and he's a really hard worker. And he has some God-given skills that he's been able to translate onto the mound. But Tommy's just one of our leaders that leads by example, and his biggest attribute is his competitiveness. You know, he doesn't like to. You hear about athletes that are good at what they do, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, or whatever, and usually they don't like to lose at anything. You know, whether it's checkers or video games or whatever it is, and he's just one of those. He's one of those types of kids. But he works extremely hard, and he earns everything that he gets. And he's a really tough-minded young man on the mound.
Great. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about Matt Forlow. Missed him a season ago due to injury, but what a comeback for him this time around. Hitting over 300, leading your club in slugging percentage. Hasn't been thrown out yet, attempting to steal. Talk about what it is meant to have him back this year.
Yeah, Matty, again, he's another one of our leaders on the other side of the ball with our position players, and I'm just happy for Matt, you know, to have an opportunity to play a whole season. He had an unfortunate injury early on last year, but just an extremely hardworking young man. Everything he gets is earned. He's made himself into the player that he is. He's a walk-on. He walk-on from a small town up in New York, and all he wanted to do was an opportunity to make the team and to try to contribute, and he's certainly done just that.
Last thing for you, Coach, I had a note handed to me that you guys have not been swept in the past 2 seasons. Talk about what has made your club so consistent in avoiding those losing streaks.
Well, you know what, I think that's just more about the character of the team and a little bit of the toughness and things like that. We've gone through some adversity, but every team at this time of year is going to say that. You know, every team in this gym, everybody's had their ups and downs and dealing with some injuries and some really tough losses. But it seemed like this team and the character of our leaders is this team's been down and down, probably too much, but never out. So we've just kind of continued to battle and just keep grinding it out, and the kids keep good positive energy. And so if we're down in the series and we got to come on Sunday and try to salvage the series, we still just got to keep battle through to the end, and hopefully you get to be here with the other 5 teams and you have a shot.
Sounds great, Coach. Good advice, and we certainly appreciate the time. Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Jim Duffy from Manhattan College.
Next, in his 12th season, Coach Carey guided the Gales to a 21-24 overall record, including a 14-10 MAAC record. Headed into the championship as the number 4 seed, please welcome from Iona College, Coach Pat Carey.
Well, Coach, if there's one thing that we know about here in Western New York, it's about droughts between postseason appearances. I know you heard a lot about it, but let's talk about how you can guard against your players being just satisfied to be here versus being here to make this a championship weekend.
Well, I think, they want to win. So they wanted to be here. They're happy to be here, but they want more than that too. So this is a good group of kids. Really didn't talk about that at all. We're just taking it game by game and saying it's a regular game.
One of the things that I think it stood out in your record, and talk about if this was key to your club's success, 7-4 conference record in road and neutral games. What do you attribute that success away from home?
Yeah, I think it's just, again, it's them. There's nothing special. They just played every game like it's a regular baseball game. That's what we kept saying. We had some early on in the season, some trips down south, so I think that helped us with our away record, and then being at home, we're just very comfortable there.
Last thing for you, Coach, your month of April I thought was key in how you guys made this tournament. You go 9-3 in the month of April. How important was that to have that position in the standings coming down the stretch?
Yeah, that was huge because it allowed us to believe, and then we just kept believing and feeling it, and, you know, we just kept getting more confident. So April was a big start, and we just let it keep going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from Iona, Pat Carey.
Thank you.
Next, in his 13th season at Canisius, Coach McCray guided the Golden Griffins to an overall record of 34-20, including a 16-8 conference record, while securing the 3rd seed in the MAAC championship. From Canisius College, please welcome Coach Mike McCray.
Coach, welcome, and here we are inside the Gallagher Center on the NU campus, and I want to start a little bit about your team coming off that dramatic 13-inning win over Niagara in the regular season finale. In fact, I think that entire series had a postseason feel to it. How much benefit, if any, is there from your team coming off that very tightly contested matchup?
I think that when you're trying to prepare for a championship tournament such as this, I think anytime you can put your players in a situation where they're going to compete and they're going to stay focused from pitch one to the end, and certainly on Friday's case through 13 innings, I think it definitely is an advantage. You know, it's nice to come on the better side of that equation so that you can walk into the tournament and, on a good note, and I certainly think we did that.
One of the players that was key in that game and also throughout the season on the mound, Tyler Smith. What a remarkable year out of the bullpen. 1 earned run against in 29 innings, over 21 appearances. That's eye-popping numbers. Talk about the luxury of having him down there in critical situations.
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate in Griffland that over the years we've had some pretty good guys, and Tyler's followed in a great tradition of late inning guys for us, and we've really seen him mature in the past year in terms of his approach. He's a guy a year ago that if it was a little too slippery or if a bad call went against him, he may not always respond as positively, and certainly this year he didn't let anything faze him, and right up and including the 13-inning game, he came in and tough spot, and a couple things went against him, and he bared down and made some great pitches and got us out of a tough jam, and he's been outstanding all year long, and certainly has helped us go a long way.
Last thing for you, Coach. Offensively, you've had great production from the tandem of Jake Lumley and Liam Wilson. Talk about that pair finishing first and second in hits for the season.
Listen, those two are veteran guys that when they get in the box, they compete, they're going to battle, they have a plan. They're certainly going to fight for their teammates, and they do that day in and day out, and their success is, it's a reflection of their preparation.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Good luck this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, from Canisius, Mike McCray.
Thank you.
Next, in his 8th season at Marist College, Coach Traz guided the Red Foxes to an overall record of 29-21, including a 16-8 conference record, and earned the 2 seed in the MAAC championship. From Marist College, please welcome Coach Chris Traz.
Coach, let's turn back the clock a little bit. Earlier in this season, through 6 MAAC games, you're 2-4, having been swept at Quinnipiac. You promptly return home to the Diamond the following weekend. You sweep Canisius. You wouldn't lose another MAAC series the rest of the season. How did your team's early response to those struggles pave the way for such a successful year?
I think this group is, in years past, we've gone through these type of situations, and I think the experience of going through them, they realized kind of where we were and what we needed to do, and they got back to kind of who they wanted to be, and played the game the way that they could, and when we're clicking, we've got a pretty good group. We don't have a ton of guys that stand out, but as a whole, the 9 guys on the field are pretty good. So they just kind of made a decision that they were going to be better, and they did it consistently over the back half of the year.
This next question is really kind of a group question. Defensively, for the 2017 season, your team committed the fewest errors, just 43 miscues. How much pride does your team take in being clean defensively?
They're probably tired of me yelling at them about it. No, I mean, I think for us to win, we've got to pitch and play defense, and we've talked about that from day one. That's never wavered, and every team probably talks about it the same way. In day-to-day in the practice, our team Ds and our Indy portions, they've been really, really good and engaged, and they know when we play well defensively and don't give away free outs that we've got a better chance to win, and they've been really good at it.
Last thing for you, Coach, before we let you go, talk about the level of confidence in your team. You finished the regular season just a game out. How are the fellas as you head into the postseason?
They're ready to go. I mean, this is, they've accomplished the things that we've set out to do for the most part this season, and there's kind of one step left, which, all 5 teams kind of have that same feeling. But for the first time in a long time, and I told these guys the other day that I think we have a team that's ready to compete for a championship, and they're excited to be here and ready to get going on Thursday.
All right, Coach, we welcome you to town, and good luck this weekend. Chris Traz from Marist College.
Finally, in his 6th season at Fairfield University, Coach Currier guided the Stags to an overall record of 30-22, including a 17-7 conference record, securing the top seed in the MAAC championship. From Fairfield University, please welcome Coach Bill Currier.
Welcome, Coach. Let's start a little bit with, something that maybe is just old news again, but here you are back as regular season champion, 2nd straight year. You won the conference tournament a season ago. How does any or all of that factor into your preparation leading into this season's journey?
Well, obviously, we don't want to feel like the past is now in the present, and we feel like if you haven't learned from the past, it's not going to help you in the present. So we're here to play this year, and we're ready to go, and we hope it goes the same way, certainly, but there's no guarantees, and we got to earn everything we receive.
Throughout the conference play, you had a grand total of two-game losing streaks. That's it. What do you attribute that consistency to?
Just preparation and making sure that they come ready to play every day. We've held them accountable for showing up and pitching and playing defense and hitting. So we've done that pretty consistent. I think as the players return, as we had quite a few returners, they've bought into that, and they prepare themselves right before the game and watch carefully and make adjustments. And I think we've done a good job on that, and led to consistency.
Last thing for you, Coach. Preseason rankings had you guys first. You finished the regular season in first. People might think no surprise there, but what are some things that perhaps surprised you about your team that you didn't know maybe going in?
Well, the same 3 starters were very successful last year for us. Same 3 returned this year. So to be picked first and to finish first is not an easy task. I think any coach that has that on their back certainly would rather be a little bit lower. But to fulfill that is a real tribute to the players handling the pressure. And we haven't been a top team in many years, and lately we've been there, and they've achieved that. And it all shows that the persistence of keep working hard and keep not letting up once you've gotten success one year.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. We wish you good luck this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen from Fairfield, Bill Currier. Deidre, back to you.
Thank you. It is now time to honor the best and the brightest from the 2017 MAAC baseball season. Here to present the awards is MAAC Baseball Committee Chair John Maddock from Canisius College and committee members Jeff Stapleton of Monmouth University and Mike Demos of Siena College. To MC our award ceremony, please also welcome MAAC Director of New Media, Rob DeVita.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to congratulate you all on a truly terrific season. At this time, I will recognize the 2017 MAAC Baseball All-Academic Team. The awards will be presented alphabetically by schools. When each award winner's name is called, please come up to the stage to receive your certificate. We ask that each award recipient stays on stage for a team photo of the all-academic recipients from your school. A total of 102 student athletes comprise the 2017 MAAC Baseball All-Academic Team. To be eligible for the MAAC All-Academic Team, a student athlete must complete 2 semesters at their institution and hold a grade point average of 3.20 on a 4.0 scale. From Canisius College, Nick Capitano, John Conti, Jarrett Kennedy, Andrew Newsell, William Kroll, Joseph Preziuso, Josh Shepley, Zachary Sloan, Ryan Steckel, and J.P. Stevenson. You guys got some more. Congrats, guys. Thank you. Congratulations. Next, from Fairfield University, Drew Archiello, Drew Blank, Mike Boniato, Kyle Doobie, Tim Dugan, Tyler Gambardella, Jack Gethings, Bobby McNiff, Ryan O'Connor, Kevin Radowavitz, Tom Ryan, Troy Skoka, Gavin Wallace, and Mitch Williams. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. From Iona College, Alex Beckett, Sean Breen, Matt Byrne, Jarrett Finkel, Matt Flannery, Seth Hoagland, Jake Kurz, Vinnie Martin, Dan McBrien, and Ryan Prusy. Thank you. Next, from Manhattan College, Brendan Bissett, Mark Galvin, Adam Genners, Paul Genners, Joe Jakes, Sean Canrisher, and Joey Rachetti. You guys can go that way a little because you'll have more room than the rest. You can go a little. Congrats, guys. From Marist College, Brandon Bunomo, Spencer Bunting, Frankie Gregoire, Sean Keenan, Greg Kaczynski, Matt Pagano, Tony Romanelli, Andrew Rouse, Ryan Thomas, and Chris Traz. I think Frankie's right in the middle with the white shirt. I got Brandon's. Probably not getting next year. Oh, no, this is. I won't be here next year. I got you. Definitely won't be here next year. This is my last one. Is your camera that guy? Definitely the last go around for me. I got yours, guys. Thank you. From Rider University, Jake Bender, Dallas Clark, Tyler Kaiser, Lee Lipinski, Nick Margavich, Dalton Mayberry, Harrison McClure, Nick Paesco, and Jordan Silverman. You got it? I guess. You don't know. Not expecting that at all. Yes. Your GPA is above the 3.2. What do you do? Like, I don't have a 3.2. So you got it. This is a mistake. We got room. Move down a little. I don't know. Maybe someone else. Congratulations to our 2017 MAAC Baseball All-Academic Award recipients. I would now like to recognize the weekly award winners for this season. Weekly award winners will not come up to the stage. All certificates for MAAC Weekly Award winners will be delivered to the school's head coaches after the awards show. I will recognize the Rookies of the Week, the Pitchers of the Week, and lastly, the Players of the Week in that order. First, the Rookies of the Week. For the weeks of February 21st and April 4th, Danny Long, Monmouth. For the weeks of February 28th and March 21st, Tyler Kapuscinski, Marist. For the week of March 7th, Matthew Brash, Niagara. For the weeks of March 14th and April 25th, Peter Battaglia, Niagara. For the week of March 28th, Brendan White, Siena. For the weeks of April 11th and May 9th, John Yoakum, Ryder. For the week of April 18th, Peter Soporowski, Ryder. For the week of May 2nd, Mario Farioli, Iona. For the week of May 16th, Jake Burlingame, Canisius. And for the week of May 22nd, Patrick Leitner, Marist. Next, the pitchers of the week. For the week of February 21st, Charlie Gerla, Marist. For the weeks of February 28th, March 21st, March 28th, and April 25th, Gavin Wallace, Fairfield. For the week of March 7th, Daniel Procopio, Niagara. For the weeks of March 14th, April 18th, and May 2nd, Nick Margavich, Ryder. For the week of April 4th, Bill Mayer, Iona. For the week of April 11th, Kyle Agin, Monmouth. For the week of May 2nd, Andrew Sipowicz, Canisius. And for the weeks of May 16th and May 22nd, Tom Cosgrove, Manhattan. And finally, for the players of the week. For the week of February 21st, Liam Scaffarello, Quinnipiac. For the weeks of February 28th and March 7th, Andrew Rouse, Marist. For the week of March 14th, Matthew Batten, Quinnipiac. For the week of March 21st, Liam Wilson, Canisius. For the week of March 28th, Dan Shea, Monmouth. For the week of April 4th, Fran Kinsey, Iona. For the week of April 11th, Lee Lipinski, Ryder. For the week of April 18th, Greg Kaczynski, Marist. For the week of April 25th, Troy Skoka, Fairfield. For the week of May 2nd, Frankie Gregoire, Marist. For the week of May 9th, Drew Arciello, Fairfield. For the week of May 16th, Trevor McCauley, Niagara. And for the week of May 22nd, Matt Forlow, Manhattan. Congratulations to the MAAC Baseball Weekly Award winners for 2017. Next, we will honor the regular season champions. The Fairfield University Stags finished the regular season with a 17-7 MAAC record and an overall mark of 30-22. Accepting the MAAC's regular season trophy for Fairfield University are captains Matt Crispino, Kyle Doobie, Michael Conti, and Mike Boniato. Congratulations to the Fairfield Stags. Now I will present the All-MAAC teams. I'll start with the All-MAAC second team, followed by the All-MAAC first team. I ask that all award winners come up to the stage to receive their awards and take a photo. Please remain on stage for a group photo with the All-MAAC team. For the All-MAAC second team, at catcher, Kevin Radzovich, Fairfield. At first base, Shane Hughes, Monmouth. At second base, Matt Forlow, Manhattan. At third base, Brian Kelly, Siena. At shortstop, Greg Cullen, Niagara. The outfielders, Drew Arciolo, Fairfield. Dan Shea, Monmouth. Trevor McCauley, Niagara. A designated hitter, Troy Skoka, Fairfield. At utility, Tyler Kapusinski, Marist. The pitchers, J.P. Stevenson, Canisius. Bill Mayer, Iona. And Tom Cosgrove, Manhattan. Thank you. Congratulations to the All-MAC second team. Now the All-MAC first team. At catcher, Fabian Pena, Manhattan. At first base, Joe Durpich, Siena. At second base, Jordan Bishop, Siena. At third base, Jack Gethings, Fairfield. At shortstop, Jake Lumley, Canisius. The outfielders, Frankie Gregoire, Marist. Tanner Kerwer, Niagara. Dan Swain, Siena. The designated hitter, Liam Scarfiello, Quinnipiac. Utility, Liam Wilson, Canisius. The pitchers, Gavin Wallace, Fairfield. Charlie Gerla, Marist. Cody Eckerson, Niagara. And Nick Margovich, Brider. Congratulations to the All-MAC first team. Now it is time to present the major award winners of the 2017 season. I ask that all award winners come up to the stage during the highlight video to accept your award, then stay on stage for an interview with Todd Callan. Following your interview, please proceed to the photo area for a photo with your award. The MAAC Rookie of the Year.
The 2017 MAAC Rookie of the Year is Matt Brash from Niagara University. Brash posted a 5-1 overall record and a 2.79 earned run average. He struck out 63 hitters over 77 1/3 innings pitched. He was named MAAC Rookie of the Week on March 7th. From Niagara University, Matt Brash.
Congratulations to Matt Brash. Next, we'll present the MAAC Relief Pitcher of the Year.
The 2017 MAAC Relief Pitcher of the Year is Jared Finkel from Iona College. Finkel pitched to a 1.33 ERA and recorded 9 saves for the Gales this season. He allowed just 1 extra base hit over 27 innings pitched, while holding hitters to a 179 batting average. From Iona College, Jared Finkel.
Two batters and 22 appearances. Talk about being a reliever and how much you cherish being on the mound in those games' decisive moments.
It's really fun, but the situations I get in don't happen unless we score runs and our starting pitching does their job. So I'm just happy to contribute to the success that we've had this year.
Last thing for it, and I won't ask you to give away any trade secrets, but what are some of the reasons that you can point to that you've been so successful this year?
Just drilling every day, not taking practice light, and just working on command, off-speed, stuff like that every day. I practice with Coach Lou, really working hard on drills every day, especially today even at practice. It's something I don't take for granted, and yeah, that's pretty much it, just working hard.
All right, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your Relief Pitcher of the Year from Iona, Jared Finkel.
Congratulations, Jarrett. Next, we'll present the MAAC Pitcher of the Year.
The 2017 MAAC Pitcher of the Year is Charlie Gerla from Marist College. The Southpaw posted a 9-1 record for the Red Foxes, pitching to a 3.43 ERA. He struck out 62 hitters in 60 1/3 innings pitched this season. From Marist College, Charlie Gerla.
I guess.
All right, Charlie, we heard some very impressive numbers in the highlight reel. 9-1, you average just over 1 strikeout per inning. Think back to the season and all the hard work you've put in. What are some of those keys that have made you so successful this year?
Well, I can't do it without my team playing defense behind me, scoring runs. Also, shout out Scott Boches, Sean Keenan, hell of a year. Without them, we wouldn't be anywhere where we are now. To you guys. What else?
Last thing for you, if things are going to go your way this weekend and you're going to get the championship that you covet, what are some things as a team that you need to do well?
Pitch, hit, and play defense.
Sounds like a good formula, ladies and gentlemen. Your MAAC Pitcher of the Year, Charlie Gerla.
Congrats, Charlie. Next, we'll present the MAAC Player of the Year.
The 2017 MAAC Player of the Year is Jake Lumley from Canisius College. Lumley hit .358 with 2 home runs and 21 RBIs and led the conference with 77 hits. He was 15 for 19 on stolen base attempts this season. From Canisius College, Jake Lumley.
Some good info there on the highlight reel. 77 hits. You've been a model of consistency with the Canisius program over the 4 years. Your career average well over 300. In the sport of baseball, a game that is defined by slumps and struggles, how have you been so consistent throughout your career?
Just I try not to get too high when things are going well and try not to get too low when they're not going well. And just stay simple, and if I'm slumping, try to get back to the things that made me successful in the first place.
Now you'll be in, you hope to be, in your 3rd championship game in the MAAC tournament this season. We heard not long ago, pitching, hitting, and defense seem to be important. What do you want to add to that? What are some things that you and your teammates need to do if you're going to have the trophy when it's all done?
Yeah, I think Charlie summed it up pretty well, but we're just going to have to play hard and bring the energy and, play all 9 innings as hard as we can, and hopefully we come away with the championship.
All right, very good. Good luck, and it's good to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, your MAAC Player of the Year from the Golden Griffins, Jake Lumley.
Congratulations, Jake. And at this time, we'll present the BSN Sports MAAC Coach of the Year.
The 2017 BSN Sports MAAC Coach of the Year is Pat Carey from Iona College. Carey led the Gales to its first MAAC championship berth since 2000. The Gales went 14-10 in MAAC play, earning the 4th seed in this year's championship. The BSN Sports MAAC Coach of the Year, Pat Carey.
Well, Coach, good to see you again. Coach, I'm going to let you kind of take over here for a minute. Think of that phrase, Pat Carey, MAAC Coach of the Year. What does that mean to you? You've got the floor.
It definitely means a lot, and to share it with this group is even better. And my coaches, my administration, and the kids. You know, without them, obviously, this wouldn't be here. So it's because of them.
Another thing for you, Coach, and Coach is the right guy to have up here because I think this conversation stands between us and dinner. But, Coach, you were preseason picked to finish 10th. Sure, that seems like a long time ago. But did you use that as a driving force at all? Any motivation? Talk about that.
No, we really didn't. We were very comfortable with who we were in the fall, after the fall, and the winter. I don't even think we brought it up. I think we brought it up almost in like, hey, this is what we were picked, no big deal. Doesn't mean anything. We didn't use it as motivation. That wasn't what we did. We really believed we were going to be here as soon as probably the second week of the fall. We really believed it. Me and my coaches talked about it, and yeah, I mean, we just really believed it.
Maybe one more thing to sneak in here. Talk about the help that you get. We know it's not just Pat Carey that is driving the ship. Talk about, you know, all the assistance that you get from your coaches.
Yeah, they're a huge credit to this. I mean, this is the first year I've been with them, and we work very well together. We communicate together. I think we have the same values, and you know, I think the kids saw it this year too. And definitely, they had a good base to work with, and they came in and really took over.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the MAAC Coach of the Year from Iona, Pat Carey. Congratulations once again to all the award winners tonight. Best of luck in the tournament to all the teams. And Rob, back over to you.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations, everyone. At this time, I'd like to turn the show back over to Deidre Palmer.
Thank you, Todd and Rob, and congratulations to all of tonight's award winners. I'd also like to take the time to thank Niagara University for putting on this award show and banquet and co-hosting with Canisius College this week for the MAAC Baseball Championship. Lastly, I'd also like to thank the MAAC corporate partners for their continued support. That will conclude this evening's award show. Best of luck to all the participating student athletes, and we're all looking forward to a great championship. Thank you.